Hello everyone. I have a little bit of a break from the hubbub of writing papers and studying for finals and all of that, and I thought I'd use it to make a video. If you can't tell, I am really not feeling well. I don't know, I've come down with a cold. I think it came from a lot of lack of sleep. That sentence doesn't make any sense. Anyway, just due to studying and writing papers and everything, mostly paper writing that I put off for too long. Yesterday, I fell asleep at 3 o'clock after I got done with classes. I fell asleep at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, woke up at 9:30, was up for a couple of hours, worked on a paper for my religion class today, fell asleep again at 11:30, and I woke up a few times during the night, but I pretty much slept straight through from 11:30 until 10 o'clock this morning and got up and went to my first class at 11:30. So I caught up on a lot of sleep, but I'm still not feeling very well. Anyway, I have a video I want to do for you, obviously, because this is a video. My last video was from Saturday, a bike ride I took at sunrise out to a park near where I live because I was home for the weekend. And I have a few videos I'm going to post from that outing other than the one I already did, a longer video blog, and then just a couple of comments on some poems I like. Not mine, but other people's poems. So I have 2 or 3 videos that will be up shortly from that morning, because I just think that the surroundings are absolutely beautiful, and the bird songs and everything. But actually what I'm going to give you right now is something I wrote that morning while I was out there. And it's interesting because what inspired it, I was getting ready to leave, and I had packed up all of my stuff in my backpack. It was about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. And I was getting ready to actually leave and go back home. I had been out there since about 5:30. I walked by the swing set at this park, and a sudden childish urge came over me. So I put down my backpack and I got on the swings, and I started pumping my legs and going and faster and faster. And I got going pretty darn fast, and I just had my eyes closed. I was just feeling the breeze and everything, and feeling like a little kid. And hearing the wind just rushing past my ears, and I felt like I could fly, and my brain started working, and I had to jump off the swing and grab my backpack, grab my journal out of it that I always carry with me everywhere I go, and I ran over to a bench, abandoned all thought of leaving for the next probably half an hour, and I wrote this. It's not a poem, it's not a story, I don't know what you would call it. I suppose it'd be closer to a story than anything else. It's kind of, I don't know, these types of things are something I write a lot, probably my strongest thing. I wouldn't quite call them essays, but I suppose it might be closer than that to a story or something. I don't know, just thoughts. And this was just very loosely inspired on that feeling of flight that I got while I was swinging, and hearing the wind rushing past me and everything. And this popped out, and I thought it was kind of interesting. It certainly shows my frustration with progress, and a little bit of my disdain for technology comes through, but that's just the way I am. I say this as I talk to my webcam on my laptop. I hate technology. In some ways I'd probably live in a tree house if I could, and in other ways I do enjoy modern conveniences. But I'm going to read this for you. Let me know what you guys think. It's kind of weird, but that's just the way I think. So I titled this On Flight and Dreams. Excuse me. Man often sets out to achieve something that it wants more than life, that he craves more than breath, that he tastes more than food. He fights for this dream, hurts for this dream, kills for this dream, and dies for this dream, only to achieve it and look back to realize that what he has is something entirely different than he set out to find. Since he could walk, man desired to fly. He envied the birds that were not tied to the earth by the shackles of gravity. His earliest writings and art depicted this urge. The very fledgling of his science attempted to achieve it. Great men devoted their thoughts and plans, their very minds, their lives, in an attempt to cross this barrier between earth and sky. Even with the strong need for the skies, mankind felt keenly the taboo of leaving the ground. His myths warned even those that they allowed to achieve it not to fly too high, lest their waxen wings melt, and gravity, with a wicked smile, claim them back with 10 times the force they expended to escape her, and the destruction to accompany it. Over centuries, men lost their lives in testing every contraption they could imagine to achieve flight. Sated by these innumerable sacrifices, and wryly aware of the future, gravity one day allowed them to find what seemed an escape, a way to bend the rules that held them down, and use those very forces to propel them forward through the air that would drive them to the ground. The machinery grew more complex, while the science became simpler to man's understanding. Now, from one end of the globe to another, and even past the limits of her atmosphere, man flies. And the birds laugh, while gravity sneers. In their tin cans with wings, their rocket ships and fighter jets, man has only drawn further from his original dream than when he was tied to the earth. It was not the view from a height that he yearned for, nor the ability to travel swiftly from one point to the next and land again. What man envied, craved, and bled for was the feel of the air rushing past his face and the sound of heavy beating wings. He desired the smell of the rain before it left the clouds, and the freedom to leap from the highest peak at will, trusting only his wings to catch the wind. Not only has man in his noisy plains not achieved this impossible dream, he has lost it. As long as it was fantasy, he could taste it in his sleep. Now, this wonder is not even a memory. Man is too busy pretending he can fly to ever dream again that he really could.